Hi, my name is Sam Walton. I'm 25 years old and I'm a chef from California. I've been cooking for about 10 years, but I've been a certified serve-safe chef for the last 2. This evening, we're going to be featuring one of my favorite dishes. It's going to be seared tuna topped with Asian coleslaw served on a bed of forbidden rice. It's going to be fantastic, and I can't wait to show you how to make it. Alright, and now we're about to sear our tuna. And to sear tuna, what you want to start with is coating it with a nice sugar and salt, so we get a nice caramelization when we fry it in our pan of oil. One thing we want to watch out for is overcooking it. So to avoid that, what we're going to do is we're going to cook it for about 15 seconds on each side and get a nice little golden brown crust. So here we go. Alright. So now that it's started to sear, what we can do is we can notice at the bottom it's going to start to develop a bit of a crust, and that's how we can know. So we're going to have our spatula close by. The other thing to avoid is you don't want your heat too high, because if your heat gets too high, it's going to stick to the bottom of the pan, and that's going to pull your crust off, and it's just going to look terrible. So we're going to go for the first one just so I know exactly how hot it is. I'm going to flip it over because it's been about 10-12 seconds. So yeah, we might want to do it for a little bit more because we've still got a little bit of white, but I can see the gold crust developing. So I'm going to continuously rotate it just so we can avoid browning or overcooking on too many layers, because we do want it to be consistent all the way through when we cut. Alright, it's coming out good. It smells great. The sugar makes it very sweet, but you can cut it down a little bit with salt. You can add moderate seasonings to it, it just depends. I personally really love how the fish tastes in its natural state. Now I'm going to hold it up on its side so I can get the sides nice and caramelized. Just so it's not pink on the sides and white on the top, it just doesn't look very good. Perfect, it stood up, I love it. I love it when your food works with you, that's a huge thing. When you're not following a recipe, when you kind of just go with it, that's the best thing to do, because when you're following a recipe, the most thing that people get tripped up on is having to know what's next and worrying about what's coming after the fact. We don't want to do that. We want to feel the food, and we want to be able to put what we know is right. That's the primary aspect, because without the love and without the feeling, you're not going to cook something, and you can't do that with someone else's recipe. It's food. It's something we have every day, so why not make it the best thing we have every day and enjoy it? Ooh, it's getting there. Alright, get rid of this, get this out of the way. Always good to rinse your hands, especially with dealing with raw fish. Alright. So as you can see, we've got a nice golden brown consistency. It's perfect. Alright, so now is for the Asian coleslaw, which is my own special mix. We've got sour cream, honey, ginger, soy sauce, vinegar, and we've also thrown in a little bit of cilantro. So what we're going to do is we're going to add that to a little bit of Napa Valley cabbage and some red bell peppers. I didn't cook anything because I want everything to be in its raw natural state so we achieve full flavor. So if you can see, I've got everything pre-mixed here just so we have enough time. We're going to throw in a little bit of cabbage. We're just going to mix this in lightly and just get everything nice and evenly coated. Usually you want to do julienne cuts for something like this because it's thin, it's nice, and it's really easy to present, especially when we're topping it on top of fish or doing a very meticulous dish. We've got a lot of nice colors in here. We've got reds, greens, whites. This, oh god, it smells delicious. Alright, so now that we've got this fully mixed in and incorporated, what we're going to do is we're going to begin plating. Alright, and so now we're serving our forbidden rice. You can see I've put spinach on the plate so we can add a little bit of height and depth to our plate. So, what we're going to do,
head into the Home Depot for big savings on simple updates, like this small project. Upgrade your work area with the Chamberlain Garage Power Station, just $129. This ceiling-mounted unit combines compressed air, power, and light to power up your workspace. One of many ways to make a big difference for less during the small projects, big values.
it came out perfect.
More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. U.S. only. See store for details.
And there, my friends, is an Asian slaw, seared tuna, and forbidden rice. Fantastic and ready. Alright, it's time to go eat with the ladies.